I can distinguish between concave, convex polygons and shapes that are not polygons. All right, so the first thing I want you to understand is that concave and convex are both types of polygons, and then we're going to look at shapes that are not polygons. So when you look up the definition of concave, or if you wrote it down in your 811 notes, it's a little confusing, but the idea of a concave shape is that you can take a vertex of your shape and a second vertex, and you can connect it, and it goes on the outside of the shape. So notice that this segment, when I connected it, it doesn't go through the center of the shape. That's the technical definition of what makes it concave. An easier way to think of concave is just a shape that kind of caves in. That's one way I like to think of it, is that a shape, if you think of like the mouth of a cave, it kind of comes in back towards the center of the shape. Convex is what you think of when you think of just any kind of normal polygon. So again, if I tried to connect this vertex to this one, I'm not going to go outside the shape, I'm going to stay on the shape. So that's just kind of where that definition of concave comes from. Convex, it doesn't have to look like any kind of regular shape. It can be a lot of different shapes, but it just cannot come in back towards the center. And then lastly, let's look at what makes a shape not a polygon. One of that is curved lines. So if your shape has any curved lines, whether it's just one part is curved and then a straight line, or if it's a circle, both of these are not polygons. You also cannot have intersecting lines, so your lines cannot cross. They do touch, they touch at a vertex, but they do not cross. So for example, you cannot have a shape that crosses, and then here's, let's see, another example. That would not be a polygon because it crosses. And then the other thing you cannot have is openings. So your shape has to be closed. So each vertex has to have two segments coming together to meet it. So for example, this shape here would not be a polygon because there's a gap in it. And then let's see, same with this one here. There's a gap, so it's not a polygon.